guys, how many of you think you really know Africa really well? So today we are breaking the stereotypes, telling real stories, and having a honest conversation about Africa. So guys, drop your country's flag in the chat, man. Drop your country's flag in the chat right now. So guys, this is an interactive African talk stream where your voice matters. This is an interactive African talk where your voice matters, guys. So the topics of today actually include a life in Africa. So we're going to talk about real and stereotypes as well, the African culture, tradition and history, music, fashion, modern Africa, different African countries, experiences, and of course, guys, comment where you are watching from, like the stream and subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss live. And let's connect Africa to the world as well. Wapi? Misioni. Yeah, so guys, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat again. Welcome to the chat. So we are going to have a honest conversation. Jen Little, hi Jen. So guys, in the chat, this is a quick question, guys. How many of you really know Africa? How many of you really know Africa well, guys? So today, we're going to break the stereotypes, be telling real stories, having a honest conversation as well, and of course, you know, talking about Africa. Guys, drop your comments in the chat. Drop your comments in the chat as well. So this is what we're going to talk about in the chat. This is what we're going to talk about today. Life in Africa, the real and the stereotypes as well. African culture. We're going to talk about the African culture. We're going to talk about traditions and history. We're also going to talk about music, fashion, and modern Africa as well. So different countries and also the experiences. So guys, comment where you're watching from. Comment where you're watching from. Like the stream and subscribe to IshmeetV. Turn on the notifications so that when we do another stream, you are locked in. You don't miss. Yeah, of course, let's connect Africa to the world. Jen Little, welcome to the chat. Jen Little. Yeah. So before we start, I want to be honest with you guys. Before we start, I want to be honest with you. I'm not an expert. You know, I'm not an expert in African culture. I'm not an expert in African culture. But I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn, guys. I'm here to learn and connect with you. I'm here to learn and connect with you guys. So Africa, by the way, Africa is huge and diverse. And I think right now we are developed. So the best way to understand these is by hearing your voices, guys. Is by hearing your voices. And your voices are in the chat. Your voices are in the chat. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about Africa. Let's educate people about Africa. And if you're from Africa, you're locking in the chat. Andrea Tixeladze. Yo, that's a hard name. But welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat, guys. Start by telling me where you are watching your stream from. Where you, name your country, guys. Tell me your country in the chat, man. Tell me your country in the chat. Tell me your country in the chat, man. And of course, let's talk about Africa. I think people have these stereotypes that Africa is too hot. Yeah, people usually say that Africa is too hot. Africa is a third world nation. Like, you know, countries in Africa are very, very poor. You lot don't have water. You don't have resources. There's no houses. There's no infrastructure. Yo, all these are just stereotypes. All these are just stereotypes. Africa is well developed. Most, like 90% of Africa right now is actually developed. If you watch that IshmeetV stream, you can tell, because this is actually showing you how Africa looks like. And I think people from the West actually say that Africa is they are too dependent. They're too dependent on other countries, of which I think that's a lie. That is a lie, guys. So guys, comment in the comments, guys, where you are watching the stream from. Comment where you are watching the live stream from. Andrea, thank you so much for the sub. Andrea, thank you so much for the sub. Let's talk about the African culture. I think the African culture is more common everywhere. So the African culture is more common everywhere. I will be back. You, of course, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the love. Enzo Pachek, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. So I was saying that the African culture is more common everywhere. You know, markings on the face, tattoos, and you know, those dances and songs. Like, let me talk about Africa here in Kenya. Here in Kenya, we have so many cultures. We have so many tribes, sub-tribes as well. I don't think in other countries there are such kind of things. So in Kenya, we have tribes, we have sub-tribes. And in our culture, like, let me talk about in our culture. In our culture, we usually undergo circumcision. We usually undergo circumcision, and the circumcision is the removal of the foreskin. So we usually undergo circumcision. And there's a lot of things that are put into perspective into an African culture. There are a lot of things that are put into perspective. So like in our culture, you have to get circumcised. You have to get circumcised. That's a must. For you to become a real man, you must be circumcised. For you to become a real man. And it's not about just going to the hospital, because most of the time circumcision during that time, it was just about, you know, bringing the village together, bringing your family members and, you know, your relatives together to celebrate what is applied. Yo, this is an African spirit right here. This is an African spirit right here on my face. I've actually applied an African spirit on my face. Yeah, so Sutalin, take me through your culture. Take me through your culture. Take me through your culture, please. Let's talk about your culture. What's one thing, guys, what is one thing that people outside Africa get wrong? What's one thing that people outside Africa get wrong, guys? Tell me in the chat. What's one thing that people from outside Africa get it wrong about Africa? What's one thing people from outside get wrong about Africa? Like Andrea just said, it's too hot in Africa. I don't think Africa is too hot. Africa is not too hot. I think there are some parts of Africa that are hot, but it's not everywhere. You see, that's another stereotype that we need to address. There's another stereotype we need to address. So Africa is not hot, like people actually say. I think most of them people usually come to Africa way before. People used to come to Africa to pick up slaves in Africa. They used to come to Africa to collect ivory as well. What else? Beads and skins from animals. They also trade gold. That's what they came to do in Africa. And they found out that Africa has a lot of resources. They found out that Africa has a lot of resources. We have that too. We are Tanaka tradition. We are Tanaka traditional makeup. Wow, wow, wow. That's interesting. Can you explain that? Can you explain that a bit more? Can you explain that a bit more? Can you explain that a bit more, please? Your chat, like the stream, man, like the stream. Let's talk about tradition, guys. Let's talk about the tradition, guys. So make sure you like and sub, guys. Make sure you like and sub. Make sure you like and sub, guys. And tell us, guys, in the chat. Tell me in the chat, what's one thing outside Africa that people get wrong? What's one thing outside Africa that people get wrong? You might be from the United States. You might be from UK. You might be from Africa as well. So what's one thing that people outside Africa get it wrong? Comments in the chat. Comments in the chat, please. Comments in the chat, guys. Comments in the chat. Sutalin said we have that too. We are Tanaka. Do you wear Tanaka makeup or you? I didn't get that. I didn't get that comment right. So like in our country, there are some other traditions that wear makeup. They usually put markings on their skin. They usually have like a warrior, like they are warriors. So they must have a spear, they must have an arrow to show that these guys are warriors. And we used to have kings as well in Africa. So that's a culture. That's a culture that was brought up by kings and queens in Africa, because we used to have so many kingdoms in Africa. I think some countries as well still have kings and queens. They still have kingdoms as well. But that was before. But right now, I think it's a modern. It's actually a modern Africa. We are modernized, guys. We are modernized, guys. Yo, you guys like the stream, man. Like the stream. I thought I came up with a nice topic, man. Like the stream, guys. Like the stream. Like the stream, guys. Like and sub. Like and sub, guys. Like and sub. Like and sub, guys. So let nobody lie to you that Africa is behind. I think Africa is going to surprise a lot of people. There are some. It's not all countries that are actually improving. Some other countries are still behind. Like 50% of the countries are still behind, but the other 50s, they are doing an amazing job, and they are really, really growing so fast. So people need to get that stereotype out of their head that Africa is too hot, Africa, we are still behind, Africa this, Africa that. Enzo Pacheco, welcome to the stream, Enzo. Welcome, chat, Enzo. Welcome to the chat. Naomi Wilson was the chat as well. Wapi lunch? You don't have lunch. Do not have lunch. Ooh. Rightful home. Rightful home.